The purpose of this video today, guys, is to find out if I'm going to sell all of my ADA or Cardano for Chainlink. Guys, we had an amazing video yesterday. Thank you everyone who tuned in, all your positive comments, and those new subscribers, welcome. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that right now because I'm bringing you guys all the alpha and letting you know, as a cryptocurrency veteran, someone who's been in the space for 12 years, I run a VC, I run a venture studio, Master Ventures, and have helped bring hundreds of projects to market, also running one of the top launch pads and building in this space, but more importantly, trying to help you guys figure out what to do with your portfolio and certainly letting you know what I'm doing with mine. So guys, if that sounds good, let's dive into Cardano, the ecosystem, and if I'm going to sell all of my Cardano for Chainlink. So let's dive into it, guys. Let's look at the price of Cardano first of all and how it's been performing over the year. As you can see, it's down 92%. So you maybe can't see it because my face is in the way. 92% over the entire since the all-time high of $3. And you can see from the year it's down 46%, but from the beginning of the year it's pretty much completely flat. Now we're going to dive into this video. I'm going to try to give you an unbiased opinion, the pros and the cons of the ecosystem. First and foremost, let's look into the distribution of Cardano. Now, a massive amount went to the public sale, which means a lot of it is in the hands of the public sale. Now, unfortunately, this also means that they're also under the microscope of the SEC. As we've seen before, the SEC has sent out, has called out specifically Cardano as a security. But if you know me, that doesn't matter because the worst thing that's going to happen is that Cardano maybe has to pay a fine to the SEC, which they can definitely afford to do so. Now, one of the things that really has kind of confused me is that Cardano has come out as, in this kind of Ethereum killer narrative, right? And also Charles Hoskinson has taken the approach of one of the co-founders of Ethereum, but I believe was removed from the team quite early on. He's taken that credo of co-founder of Ethereum, and I think that's why the community is so loyal. Now, guys, if there's anything that you disagree with in this video, make sure that you leave me comments below because I will admit that I haven't done the most extensive research. I'm looking at data in this video predominantly. As a venture capitalist, as a portfolio manager, and someone who manages other people's money as well, I need to look at data to make a thesis on what to do with the capital allocation. So one of the things that I'll admit right away is that I don't know the massive things that might be coming to Cardano, like I do with Chainlink, right? Chainlink, it's very, very clear. So I'm trying to find that out. Let me know in the comments below. Another thing too I'm going to say is that I will be at the Cardano Summit in Dubai in early November. So if anyone is there and you guys severely disagree with what I'm saying here or agree with me or want to give me some insights, let me know when I'm there and in the comments below if you're not going to be there. But let's talk about Hydra for a second. So Hydra is a scaling solution, basically a layer 2 on top of Cardano that allows it to scale. Now, this is what my question is. Like, if Cardano is an Ethereum killer, then why does it, and one of the arguments is that Cardano is more decentralized than any other network, and that's great. But when you go to a layer 2 to do all of your transactions, and now I'm not saying that layer 2s aren't necessary or good, it just destroys the layer 1 narrative. And so when you have something like state channels, where is it? Anyway, in here they talk about state channels as the way of state channels here. The same as Bitcoin's Lightning Network. Now, state channels are centralized. And so you're talking about, okay, the benefits of Cardano as a layer 1 being extremely decentralized. However, it's not very scalable on the L1, so you're going to need to do a lot of transactions on the L2, which is significantly less decentralized, or some might even say centralized. Now, one of the biggest criticisms against Cardano has been the Haskell language. And I believe in an interview somewhere, I think Charles said that if he could have done it all over again, he would have chosen something other than Haskell. I've talked to a lot of developers in the space who say Haskell is very difficult to learn. There's significantly less Haskell developers in the world than there are Solidity developers. Certainly in blockchain, I don't know if that's true for the rest of the world, but this is good news here for Cardano. Marlowe, which is allowing people to build smart contracts either in JavaScript, Haskell, or they can use Blockly for low-code visual solution. So that's a good thing for Cardano, that they don't require only Haskell development, as that is very, very difficult. So there's also a developer ecosystem being built out, right? And there's a lot of, like, Cardano has a huge treasury with a lot of money to spend. And so you can see that they have this, this toolkit to easily deploy sidechains on Cardano, and this is kind of their solution to the app chains, right? Everybody has this app chain narrative: ZK Sync, Arbitrum, Polygon, Cosmos, Polkadot, all. And this is why in the video I made yesterday about Chainlink, so bullish, is because you need connectivity to someone to have all of these different chains, all these app chains, all these bank chains, all these centralized chains, all the private chains, permissionless chains, all these chains. You need them to be able to talk to each other. Chainlink, right? Chainlink. So let's get into some of the numbers and data here. So for a project that is valued at number 8 with an $11 billion FDV, for them to have a total value locked in the ecosystem of $144 million isn't great, guys. It's not great, right? Now, if we extend this, we can see that we do have, an all-time high TVL of, 326 million, which still isn't great. It is a bear market, or not the best market, and so, but 144 million is not great, guys. I mean, if for a number 8 protocol, layer 1, it's just not great. Now let's look at total value locked, or TVL, on all chains. And you can see Ethereum number 1, Tron is number 2, which is shocking. Let me know if you guys want me to do a video on Tron, guys. Tron baffles me, but maybe there's something I'm missing. Am I missing something? Let me know in the comments below. Binance Smart Chain, Arbitrum. Arbitrum is amazing, guys. I'm very bullish on Arbitrum. Although I don't have a big enough bag, so maybe we'll do a video on Arbitrum too. Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like me to do one on Arbitrum or any other videos you guys want me to make as well, let me know in the comments. Optimism, Avalanche, Base. Even Base is up here with $333 million in TVL. Solana, 311. Chronos, like Kava, DeFi chain. What the hell is that? Fusion, even Pulse Chain. Even Pulse Chain is beating Cardano. Cardano is down here at number 17. So it's just not looking good, guys, for a protocol that is number 8 with $11 billion FDV, and you have all these other chains that are beating it in TVL. But here's where things get interesting, right? And if you're watching this, you're probably interested in Cardano, and you probably are very, very, very aware of the ADA, what is it called? ADA Army, I guess it is. And you do see that it's in the top 10 global metrics on Lunar Crush. So very, very, very engaged community, right? Very, very, very loyal community. Pepe is up here as well, which is crazy. I think, as if you guys know, have been following me for a while, if you're not following me on Twitter, make sure that you do, at Kyle_Chassé. I made a lot of money on Pepe. I bought a lot on the run up, sold it on the way down. I don't have any Pepe at the moment, but I do. Sorry, side note real quick. It is interesting to see this here. My gut feeling tells me this is going to skyrocket in the bull run. But let me know in the comments below. Again, if you want a video on Pepe too. It's a meme coin, but we've seen that memes have value. You can see that the top 3 meme coins are in the top 10 of social metrics. So it has value, right? I mean, it's crazy, actually. Okay, so now let's go into Token Terminal to check out some of the data here. Now, this is, we have to get, guys, we have to be realistic with the way we value these things, right? And that's why things like, Shiba's building an ecosystem. Pepe so far has nothing, and Dogecoin has its own chain, which is generating fees as well. But we have to figure out a way to apply logic to the valuations that we put on these crypto projects. Right now, there's a lot of speculation driving price, and something like Cardano should not be valued at this thing currently, because as you can see right here, the price to fees or price to earning ratio is 7,115x. So for every dollar of revenue that they generate, there's 7,115x premium on that. And if you guys watch the All In podcast at all, you can see these guys talk about price to earning ratio and how traditional VCs value companies. They say in bull markets, highly optimized, you might see a 1, 2, 300x. But in conservative times like this right now, you're seeing like 6 to 8, price to earning ratio. So the crypto market still hasn't figured out how to properly value protocols and projects yet. But that is very, 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 very large premium on the price to earning, because the fees are generally nothing. $1.5 million in fees being generated by Cardano. It means it's just not generating any types of revenue. Even Fantom, who seems like nobody's using Fantom. Is anyone using Fantom? I don't know, guys. Let me know again in the comments below if you're using Fantom or are very bullish on it or what. But this is a 909x, so even significantly less. At least it's a bit better value than Cardano. Avalanche, 1,500, almost 1,600x. They're generating $4 million a year in fees. Solana, 14 million at a 741. Okay, much better valuation. I mean, still high by standard, by like historical or legacy standards, but nonetheless. Ethereum. So Ethereum is interesting here, guys. The fees that you can see annualized are down 25%. It is a bear market, yes, of course. But it was also a bear market last year. It was probably even worse of a bear market than it is this year. But I think a lot of the transactions are getting moved to layer 2. And this is also goes into my thesis of this video, is this layer 1 narrative, this alt layer 1 like Cardano versus middleware solution for the very, very active Ethereum ecosystem. And I am a big believer, right? I used to be extremely bullish on Polkadot, right? Polkadot. Why? Because of the interoperability narrative, because so that the chain could talk to each other. But now with Chainlink CCIP, it's making that, and with all Ethereum chains, and it seems to me like Ethereum has pretty much solidified the de facto layer 1 where all security lays, and people will start building their apps either on layer 2s like ZK Era or Arbitrum, or layer 3s, which they'll build their kind of own specific app chains on top of the layer 2s, like hyperchains, or I think Arbitrum, is it Nova, or ZK EVM from Polygon. But anyway, so now to be fair, right? To be fair here, we have to talk about Chainlink's, because Chainlink's price to earnings is actually the worst out of everything we just talked about, right? It's 21,000. So you might be I didn't want anyone to come into the video and say, Kyle, well, this is ridiculous, because look at Chainlink's price to earning ratio is astronomically overvalued. It is, but if you watch the video that I made yesterday, you can see why I'm willing to look at this and say, okay, if you were to value this thing right now, it is significantly overvalued. However, everything that we've learned about Chainlink, and I talk about it in the video I made yesterday, is that there's a lot of reasons why I believe this to change dramatically over the next couple of years. Significantly, right? And when you look at the 2030 horizon, I expect this to be extremely in line, and I expect the value of Chainlink to skyrocket, right? So again, the purpose of this video is to figure it out. So I wanted to be as fair as possible in this. Now, one of the things that I could be missing here, guys, and I didn't find it in my research, so let me know if I'm missing something magnificent or huge. But my question to you is there something happening in Cardano that I'm missing, right, that's significant? Are there countries adopting it, governments, central banks, institutions? Is Aave going there, Compound, Synthetics, DYDX? Are any of these guys going to, the big players, or any banks or whatever? Any of this stuff, is it moving to Cardano like it is to Chainlink? Is Cardano doing proof of concepts with Swift, for example, right? So if I'm missing these things, then okay, then we have a discussion to be had. But as of right now, I don't see it. Let's look at the liveness of the actual different chains. So you can see here, I've got quite a few different chains turned on over here at Artemis Terminal. But if you look here, you can see, and I can't move my pointer over to it, but you can see recently here, Cardano has daily active addresses of only 33,000, right? ZK Sync, which is much, much, much newer, 280,000. Solana, 178,000. Optimism even lower. BNB doing really well, almost 1 million. Ethereum only 300,000. Polygon 291,000. Near protocol, which is Near is something. Near is, guys. A lot of people I know are extremely bullish on Near. I want to know, are you bullish on Near? Let me know if you want me to make a video on that as well. I know a lot of people who are very, very bullish on Near. I just don't hear about it. A lot of my VC friends talk about it a lot, but I don't hear about it so much from the community. But guys, let me know what you think. Daily transactions: Cardano 43,000, ZK Sync 1 million, BNB Chain 3 million, Solana 16 million, right? Ethereum 1.1 million. But Cardano is coming in at the worst at just 43,000. DEX volume, guys. DEX volume. Cardano, $1 million a day. Ethereum, $500 million. BNB, $152 million. ZK Sync, $64 million. Arbitrum, $90 million. Cardano, $1 million a day in DEX volume, right? It's just non-existent. And yeah, so those are the major metrics I want to show you there. Fees, again, I don't even see Cardano on here. Where is it? It's not even on there. So, okay, let's move on. Now, here's an interesting thing, right? Very interesting. Makes me curious. I'm really curious to see, and this again goes back to the same question, is you have the price, this is the price of Cardano, ADA, going down, but developer activity going up. So you do see much more developer activity in recent months, starting from July. So this is a good sign. So now maybe it just takes some killer apps to be built where all of these metrics could change significantly, right? So my question to you guys, please help me figure this out. Are there killer apps being built on Cardano that are really significantly going to change this? Again, as of right now, I don't see it. Again, we don't need to go back into revenue. We've already talked about that. Ranking by fees and revenue, these are of all the different chains. You can see that, well, do you see Cardano on here? I don't even see Cardano on here, nope. But when we go to ranking fees and revenue by anything, by apps and protocols, you have things like Friendtech, MakerDAO, Aave, almost all these things doing better than Cardano. Where is Cardano? Even GMX, even Banana, which we talk about on this channel quite a bit, is generating more fees. Even Trader Joe's. Where is Cardano? Come on. Where is it? Did I miss it? I don't know, guys, but it's not even, I don't even see it on here anywhere. Where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. HMX, Sushi, Yeah, Cardano. Where is it? Anyway, guys, I don't know where it is. It's I guess it's not even, it should be in here somewhere, but anyway, guys, it's just all of these other things are generating more fees than Cardano is. Yeah. So this is just, it's showing you that there's just not revenue 24 hours. Let's see. Maybe this is what I need to do here. Let's do this. Okay. So we know. Sorry, guys. Just really want to find it here for you, so we just know exactly. I guess maybe this is just, is this just apps? Looks like just apps. So I guess just, we already know what the revenue of Cardano was 1.5 million a year, but you're seeing, these guys like Ethereum, Tron, in 3 days, Friendtech is doing as much revenue as Cardano does an entire year. So I do want to make so to answer the question, okay, what am I going to do? So I believe that Cardano is significantly overvalued, right? Let me just show you something. Cornucopias is something that I'm quite bullish on. So what's the takeaway here, guys? The takeaway is I am indeed going to sell my Cardano for Link. 100%. I'm doing that as soon as I stop making this video. But because of the social engagement from Lunar Crush and because the Cardano community, guys, I'm not hating on you. I think that you're amazing and Charles is probably building something great, right? But as somebody who needs to make sure to manage my portfolio properly and where the lowest or the best risk to reward ratio is, I am certainly going to swap my Cardano, which I think I've got about $80,000, $100,000 worth, for Link. I'm just that bullish on Link. But Cornucopias is, in my opinion, the flagship project building on Cardano, which could bring a lot of attention to the ecosystem. It's phenomenal, guys. I am, with full disclosure, advising this project, and I'm not selling my Cornucopias or my Copi tokens because when they do launch, and I believe I just talked to one of the founders earlier today trying to get some insight on this, and they're launching their racing game this weekend, which looks absolutely phenomenal. And the Cardano community is going to be looking for, you guys, you're going to be looking for something, to talk about. And this is going to be a flagship product building in the ADA ecosystem, which will bring a lot of attention. So with that, there's this huge marketing army and support for Cornucopias. And when you have a market cap of 20 million and a fully diluted of 97 million, there's still a lot of upside here to go. Keep in mind, it is a low circulating supply compared to fully diluted, and there's not a lot of trading volume. But guys, I've seen the development. I know the founders. There's a lot of good news here. It's a beautiful game, good gameplay loop. And when they finally build this whole thing, I think it's going to be really something special. And so for that, I am bullish. So I'm not exiting the Cardano ecosystem completely. Cornucopias, very, very bullish. And again, I will be here at the Cardano Summit. So guys, please, I'm happy if you change my mind on this. Again, let me know in the comments below if you think I missed anything. Guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. I hope that I bring value to you. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and give it a subscription because I promise it's worth it. And share with your friends, family. Let me know what you think. Love you guys. Give this video a like if you haven't already. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.